Hello, my name is Jairo Rios, and today I will be presenting on my personal branding. I want to go ahead and start off with reading my slogan, which says, Look for Rios from the Rio Grande and save yourself from Uncle Sam. As you can see from my slogan here, I will be presenting on my personal branding as an accountant. Actually, I would love being the first thing that you think about when it comes to accounting, of course. What do accountants do? Accountants do many things, and I've listed a couple here on this slide. The first thing that I've listed is financial analyzing and reporting. That's when an accountant helps a company put together their financial statements, such as an income statement, a balance sheet. An income statement details how much money came in and how much money was spent by the company. A balance sheet details the assets that the company has, the debt that the company has, and what portion of the company is owned by investors. Furthermore, accountants prepare tax returns. This is a very important service because everybody has to file their taxes. That's whether you are an individual or a large corporation. Accountants also do audits. I've listed two examples: a compliance audit and an operational audit. A compliance audit deals with the examination of the policies and procedures of an entity. An operational audit is a detailed analysis of the goals, planning processes, procedures, and results of the operations of a business. In simple terms, an audit is an accountant's way of verifying that certain things are taking place. And at last, I've listed financial consulting, which in simple terms is financial advice for both uh, financial advice for both individuals and businesses. They help with things such as setting budgets, setting financial goals, and meeting those financial goals. I don't want to be a regular accountant though. I want to be a CPA. What is a CPA? A CPA is a certified public accountant. It's like the black belt of accounting. I've listed a couple of benefits here that a CPA can do or that a CPA has. The first thing that I've listed as a benefit for a CPA is that a CPA can issue certified financial statements. Certified financial statements are considered more reliable than unaudited statements and are mandatory for publicly traded companies. So, a CPA can create financial statements for a public company, a company that has stock, such as Apple, Amazon, all the big companies. Um, the next benefit that I've listed here for CPAs is that a CPA can represent a client in tax court. That is something that is unique to CPAs. Just a regular accountant does not have that benefit. Another person or another professional that can also represent a client in tax court is a tax attorney. So those are the only two um, professionals that can represent someone in tax court. The next thing I've listed here as a CPA benefit is increased trust. Why increased trust? Because a CPA has two things. The first thing is education. To become a CPA, you must hold a bachelor's or higher degree from a board recognized United States college or university. You must also complete 150 semester hours of college credit. You must also complete 30 semester hours of upper level accounting. Also, you must complete 24 semester hours of upper level related business courses. And at last, you need 3 semester hours of board approved ethics course. So that's why you have more trust, because you've actually put in that you've paid your dues in the education terms. But not only that, a CPA also has experience, because to become a CPA, there's a couple of things you need to accomplish. Uh, the current requirement is 1 year of full-time, non-routine accounting work experience under the direct supervision of a licensed CPA. So to call yourself a CPA, you have to work for another CPA for at least 1 year and do what is called non-routine accounting work, which includes a lot of things. It includes test services, it includes professional accounting services, issuing reports, preparing tax returns, etc. Okay, the next thing I've listed here as a CPA benefit is that you have more respect because you've passed the CPA exam. And in the next slides, I'm going to go a little bit more in detail about what the CPA exam is like, but it is known that the exam is very difficult. Even people that are not familiar with accounting that much or with the license itself, they've heard that the CPA exam is one of the hardest exams that someone can take. And another benefit, of course, is better opportunities. Once again, the CPA is like the black belt of accounting. Just like with anything else, um, when you're dealing with someone um, that's there to help you, you want the best of the best, right? Someone that's proven themselves, someone that has the experience, someone that has passed all the exams that they had to pass to prove themselves. So for that reason, CPAs get better opportunities because they are proven. So the CPA exam is made up of 4 sections. The first section is auditing and attestation. This section covers the whole auditing process. The next section is business environment and concepts. This section has material on operations, strategic management, economics, financial management, and information technology. The following section is financial accounting and reporting. This section focuses on differences between US GAAP and IFRS, which are the international accounting standards. And the last section is regulation. Regulation is the combination of federal taxation and business law. This includes ethics and professional responsibilities. I also want to talk a little bit about the CPA exam time frame because it's one of the most challenging aspects about the whole experience. First of all, once you pass the first section of the exam, the clock starts ticking, and you only have 18 months to complete all 4 sections. And what's also challenging about this is that everything is in windows. As you see, I've listed 4 windows here, which are the test months. So, for example, January to March 10th is one window, April to June 10th is another window. So let's say you pass the first section, right, in the first window, and then on the second window, which is April to June 10th, you take the next section, and you fail it, then you cannot take that same section again during that window. You would have to wait until July to September 10th, right? And also, what's really tough about this is that once again, if you don't pass within the 18 months, then you lose credit for everything you've passed. So let's say you've passed all 3 sections, and you're on your last section on October, on the October to December 10th window, let's say you only have one section, the last section, and you fail it, then I mean you're basically gonna lose credit because you can't take the same portion again during the same window. So just this is just another layer of difficulty to this exam. This graph here is from NASPA, which is the National Association of State Boards of Accountancy, and basically it's just showing you the number of CPA exam candidates. You see, it's not a lot of candidates because you do have to meet the education portion. So it does take quite a bit just to be a candidate, and you can see from these numbers. This here is the CPA exam pass rates, um, and it shows it by section. Um, it's almost all under 50% each section. Only about 50% of the people that take those sections pass. It does look like the easier portion is the BEC, which is the business environment and concepts. I do see that there's a little bit over 50%, but overall, I mean, the pass rate is about half. So on the other previous graph, we saw that about 100,000. There's about 100,000 candidates each year. Well, now we can see that only about half pass each section of the exam. Once I become a CPA and start looking for opportunities in the job field, in the work field, I would create a LinkedIn, and there's a couple of things that I would list on my LinkedIn. I would start with education. I would most definitely mention UTRGV because it is part of the UT system. Also, I would once I become the CPA, I would use my experience. I would mention my experience. Um, yeah, the 1 year that's necessary to become a CPA, and I would mention, or I would describe in detail every activity that I did to add value to what I do. Um, I would also include business experience because I've been a business owner um, for a couple of years. And so I would mention my experience as a business owner because that might give me an edge with clients that have a business. Um, okay, and then I would also mention my skills. Skills would be accounting, reporting skills, attention to detail, deadline oriented, confidentiality, time management, data entry, etc., etc. Just things that are typically associated with good accountants. And I would also mention charity work because that is something that I plan to do once I become a CPA. But I will cover that more in the next slides. I would also like to brand myself as someone who serves a Hispanic community. Um, the main reason for that is because the Hispanic community is underrepresented when it comes to accounting. Um, as you can see here on this chart that I've included here, um, only 8% of CPAs are Hispanic, 69% are white, 15% Asian, um, 3% are African American, and 5% are others. This information comes from the AICPA website. Um, the other reason I would like to serve, or I would like to brand myself as someone who serves the Hispanic community is because the Hispanic community is growing a lot. Um, and according to the government census, on July 2016, Hispanics were 57.5 million, making people of Hispanic origin the nation's largest ethnic minority. And it says Hispanics constituted 17.8% of the nation's total population. Also, the government census predicts that by 2060, Hispanics will be about 119 million. According to this projection, the Hispanic population will constitute 28.6% of the nation's population by that date. So, yeah, those are two of the big reasons. But also, I want to associate myself with the Hispanic community because I am Hispanic. That would probably that's probably the biggest one because I I can relate. And finally, I mean, niche. It's a niche or niche. Basically, since it is underserved, there's less competition, and so it gives me another edge. I also want to be associated with someone that advocates to improve local the local economy. The main reason is because I see the need. For example, according to a USA Today report, the Brownsville Harlingen area and the McAllen Edinburgh Mission area are the second and third poorest cities in America. So we definitely, need to do something about that. And so what I would do to make a difference is, for example, offer free seminars on budgeting, on business, on investing, finance, accounting, retirement, and many other topics that have to do with finance. I would also like to help fund small businesses with my own money, and also by helping others that have a little extra money that they want to invest. I would help them so that they can so that they can fund some of these small businesses in the area. Also, I would like to offer free consulting for new and struggling businesses, and not only just new. I mean, any struggling business that feels that I can help them, with accounting or just with funding. That's something that I could do. Maybe I would schedule one day out of the week, or a couple of hours a week to dedicate just to that. And finally, I would like to get involved in bringing more work opportunities to the valley, maybe through the involvement with local government. I would have to look more into that, but that's something that definitely I would be interested in exploring. I would also want to brand myself as an authority figure in the topic of business and finance and accounting. So some of the things I would, like to do is maybe write a book on business and finance. Specifically targeting the Hispanic community, for the reasons that I mentioned in one of the previous slides. Something else I would also be interested in doing would be to create a podcast and YouTube channel where I answer questions about accounting and finance. Um, and the other thing that would be cool to try would be to interview people that the community admires, such as successful business owners or celebrities, and talk with them about finance and business. Just to make this information more accessible to people in the area, not only in the area though, but all over the country, right? In this picture, I have Warren Buffett. Maybe it won't be Warren Buffett. I mean, I doubt it, but I mean, even the successful, restaurant or a successful daycare or whatnot, something to motivate the people, and also um, it also helps me because the people that I interview I'm then associated with the people that I'm interviewing. Um, as we've learned in this class. So it works both ways. I help the people, the listeners are listening to the interview, and I also help myself because it improves my image. So here's a conclusion. I want to be a CPA. That's my main goal. That's gonna be the foundation of what I do. Um, but I don't want to just be limited to accounting. I want to be associated with everything that involves money and business. And I also want to be regarded as someone who cares about others and who wants to make a difference.